Steve Harvey is on his third marriage. His third wife was mistress to his second wife. Yet, black people have anointed this.
Steve Harvey discusses the reasons behind his departure, which left his first wife and children without a home. The details surrounding his previous marriages are surprisingly more shocking than expected. Although Steve and Marjorie Harvey may appear to be the epitome of a perfect couple, there are hidden aspects within their relationship. Did Steve truly abandon his first wife and children, leaving them homeless? Was Marjorie's decision to marry Steve solely driven by his success? It's time to unravel the unsettling truth about the Harvey family. But of course, before any of that, make sure first that you subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell for more updates and videos like this. Now, let's jump in.
When I think about how quickly he moved forward from me to Marjorie, that was disturbing.
In case you were unaware, Steve Harvey was previously married to someone else prior to meeting Marjorie, also known as Lori's mother. Initially, Steve married Marcia Harvey in 1981 during his time as an insurance salesman in Ohio while pursuing a career in comedy. Despite Steve's various odd jobs to make ends meet, his passion for comedy consumed a significant amount of his time, often keeping him away from home. Their marriage endured for 14 years, which they had 2 children. However, speculation suggests that their relationship fell apart while Marcia was pregnant with their 3rd child. And what led to their separation? Rumors indicate that Steve Harvey's infidelity played a role in the dissolution of their 14-year union.
She came down front with her girlfriend. When I saw her, I quit breathing.
Further complicating matters, Steve's prolonged absences in pursuit of a breakthrough in the comedy scene exacerbated the situation. Following their divorce, Steve not only abandoned Marcia and their children, but also neglected his responsibility to provide child support. After the marriage ended, not much information has surfaced about Marcia, as she intentionally maintained a low profile.
He had to understand what my decision that I made at 25. Come on, man. Come on, 25? I got twins at 25. What I'm doing making decisions.
However, it is believed that she ventured into the realm of publishing and became an author, with works such as Marsha, Thoughts from My Mind, and Marsha, Poems from the Heart. While these literary pieces may hold some valuable insights from her relationship with Steve, even more tantalizing details emerge from Steve's subsequent marriage. Steve Harvey's second wife was Mary Lee Shackelford, whom he met while she worked as a professional makeup artist. Rumor has it Steve had an affair with Mary even before finalizing his divorce from his first wife. Their paths crossed in Texas in 1989 during Steve's tenure as a stand-up comedian, and they eventually had a child together. Their marriage endured for 9 years before they ultimately went their separate ways in 2005.
With all the emails and the text messages and the different things that I was finding out about, I thought the least that he could do, make me whole at the end of it. He left. He just left, walked out the door. Once he realized that I was going to divorce him, he walked out the door, went right to New York, to our apartment that we had there, which I never got to see, by the way, and then she joined him there.
However, the journey to the end of their marriage was far from simple and straightforward. A couple of years following their divorce, Mary chose to step forward and share her side of the story, shedding light on several speculations and online theories. This occurred in 2011 when she allegedly discovered a confidential letter addressed to Steve from a mistress at their residence in Los Angeles. Mary also claimed to have answered a call from a woman inquiring about a job, which raised suspicions. She believed that the caller was Marjorie Bridges, Steve's former mistress who is now his wife. The situation was rife with drama. Furthermore, Mary revealed that Steve Harvey failed to appear at the hearing and used his influence to gain custody of their son. Despite the ongoing custody case and a court order prohibiting discussion of the divorce or custody proceedings, Mary Shackelford persisted in speaking out. As they say, a woman scorned is not easily silenced. Mary was determined to continue expressing her thoughts, which ultimately led to trouble. In December 2013, she was imprisoned for a month due to contempt of court. After her release, Mary appeared to maintain a period of relative silence before resurfacing with renewed determination. She took her fight to the courtroom after a hiatus, having spent some time behind bars.
He finally realized, okay, I gotta say something. He was like, oh, I'm sorry. I don't know who this is, but I'm gonna marry her.
Years later, in 2017, Mary Shackelford resurfaced and resumed her fight. She initiated a lawsuit against Steve Harvey, seeking a staggering $60 million in damages. The lawsuit included allegations of child endangerment, torture, breach of contract, and various other claims. Mary's central argument was that Steve forcibly took their son away from her, leading to her depression and suicidal thoughts. She admitted to self-medicating as a means to cope with her emotional distress. At first glance, her claims may appear credible, offering potential leverage in the court case. However, a judge promptly dismissed several of her allegations.
I'm your father, so look, you know my story. I've gotten it wrong a couple times,
Before delving into the specific details of her claims, let's take a step back and examine the revelations Mary made, which portrayed Steve Harvey as the antagonist in this ongoing drama. In 2011, Mary recorded a series of 3 YouTube videos in which she recounted her experiences. Although these videos provided a comprehensive account of her nearly decade-long marriage to Steve, the highlights alone shed light on the reality of their relationship. One notable incident Mary disclosed was receiving a phone call at their marital home from someone she believed to be Marjorie. The caller claimed to be inquiring about a job application for Steve's soup company. Mary emphasized the significance of receiving such a call, suggesting that it indicated approval from Steve or Marjorie themselves. Steve and I had been together for 16 years to come face to face with the reality of what that phone call did and the things it set into motion. That was really difficult for me. While Mary was at the beauty shop, she also received a confidential letter intended for Steve from another one of his mistresses named Terry. The letter contained explicit details about their affair. This revelation made Mary realize that their marriage would never be the same again. Realizing that when that moment did hit me, it was on our 2nd wedding anniversary. I was in Los Angeles. Steve was in Chicago waiting for me to join him. I'm sitting in my kitchen, and my hairdresser's there, and I'm getting all dolled up. There was a knock on the door, and there was a package that had come to the apartment, and it was really supposed to go to our office. The man gave it to me, and the instant that I saw it, I was like, confidential? Something just fell apart inside me during this emotional time of my life. It was further complicated when I realized that I was not alone in my relationship with my husband. That was a painful thing to have to deal with. I really didn't want to accept it. At that time, our life and lifestyle and Steve's career had really started to move forward, and there was a lot of outside influences around us constantly. Mary explains as her reason for staying. She also mentioned that she stayed with Steve even though she knew about the cheating because she wanted the family she had worked for and created and wanted it for her kids. But in the end, it wasn't worth it, what Steve did. Despite Mary's best efforts to keep her family together, the divorce happened. And before it was final, Steve had evicted her from her home and took custody of their son, Winton.
He took my Winton. Took my Winton from me. He turned my son against me.
She continued, "When I think about how quickly he moved forward from me to Marjorie, I thought the least he could do, make me whole. At the end of it, the not having closure part was very devastating. But on top of that, he took my Winton. He turned my son against me. He had me evicted from our house, thrown out all the businesses, all the money, the cars. At the moment when I was down and devastated, he maneuvered everything. He manipulated the courts against me. He went to court and under oath said that on his own, he had built the whole thing on his own. I just sat at the table and cried. I woke up, everything was gone. And that was what sprung Mary for the legal battle. However, it was later revealed that Mary's initial claims were not entirely truthful, as the judge overturned some of them. In reality, she was awarded 3 homes, a sum of $1.5 million, and monthly payments of $40,000 for several months. Court documents also indicated that she deliberately sent her son to Steve without his knowledge. Nevertheless, some fans speculate that these events served as a cautionary message to Marjorie. On the other hand, the circumstances appeared curiously favorable for Steve Harvey, as he never addressed these issues publicly apart from briefly expressing remorse for the impact on his family and children. However, he took legal action against Mary for spreading negative rumors about him. He also claimed that these rumors were the cause of his denied opportunity to have a show on Oprah's own network. When discussing his first marriage, Steve has acknowledged the strain it had on his relationship with his daughter, leading to significant emotional distress for the comedian. That's all for today. We hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos like this.